Ya van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days, and it's been weeks, and he What do you think, Sarah, this canyon right here?
It's absolutely incredible. I haven't been to Tijuana in a lot of years, and seeing how wide open it is. I mean, I don't know if you could turn the camera around and show everyone just how wide open it is. It's incredible.
A couple of questions. So. Rashida, what is your opinion on the massive child trafficking that is happening? Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the best sacrifice for your country. Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! La Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.
Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News and America's Voice News. Problems with the YouTube. If you having problems logging in with YouTube, just get in and then log out and then come back in. That's the only way that we can fix the situation with YouTube and also ultimately with Facebook. Also, if you guys are having problems with Facebook, also log in and log out or get off the application and then come back in. God bless our country of Mexico, our city of Tijuana, and God bless the United States of America. Good evening to everybody. It's 8:22 over here on this 18th of May. We are live broadcasting for you and for everybody from Tijuana, Mexico. In our country of Mexico. Share this live video, share this video so we can start. And as I did a live feed earlier this evening, I did a live feed about the problems that are occurring in the part of Ceuta that is the border that it connects with Morocco and also with Spain, where reportedly 6,000 migrants cross irregularly from Morocco to Spain. Now, you guys saw the images that I put on the last live feed where, you know, there were military tanks going after migrants that, you know, which this is my opinion and it's totally respectful whoever wants to give their perception. But I believe that is, you know, that is not correct to go after people that they're running away. We don't know if they're for fear or what are they running away from. And to, you know, ultimately they're entering irregularly and undocumented, but to go after them with a military tank, for God's sake, more than 1,000 of these people were unaccompanied minors and they were minors. So imagine the trauma. I know that is incorrect to come in irregularly and, you know, through not the front door. But that is not the correct way. There needs to be, you know, a procedure, and that is with border security. This is why The past president, Donald Trump, was so persistent with border security. So these kind of situations and filters and incidents that, that is, unfortunate incidents, they will not occur. So they will not be under, you're violating my humanitarian right. So that inevitably, these kind of actions that you see a military tank going after people that they are running away from fear, it is practically, the United Nations and all these organizations are going to say you are violating their humanitarian right immediately and directly. So it is, I don't believe that is the correct way. Spain, I know that they're tired of it. I know that they're tired, the country of Spain, of this mass migration that has been occurring for years now. A lot of people are surprised that this has been occurring in Spain. But no, it was that is where it all started for a lot of the United States citizens, and for the West Hemisphere. Where it started was in Europe. And, as it started in Europe, they started mass migration from Africa to, to Belgica, to Belgium, to also to Italy, to France, and, all these other countries that they were accepting at the time. They were accepting the globalist compact of, of immigration that now, Italy has pulled out. They don't want nothing to do with the globalist compact of immigration, and they don't want nothing to specifically, be done, because they don't want nothing to do with it. They say that it's a complication that is complicating, it's complicating a lot the existence of, the legal procedures, terms to immigration. It is a broken system that is not working. Now, look at this article that is in Spanish, but I will translate. It was an article released by BBC News. That is an outlet that I trust. And for people that they're watching, if you guys want to get a real news, BBC is a good outlet that is not right wing, left wing. It is just particularly always saying the truth. So it says it was released on the 18th of May. As it is today at 2:05 in the afternoon on 2021. And you can see this image that is, it is unbelievable. Through the sea, through the mountains, through the jungles, as people are migrating through every single part. And these are Moroccan people that they're fleeing their country because of a conflict that exists in Morocco, that is a division of land, and that has been existing for the longest time. But ultimately, for people to understand, our main purpose is to put on the spot the United Nations, is to practically ask the United Nations, where are you on the sea? Where are you in the middle of this Ceuta, this Ceuta border? Where are you in the middle of this, irregular immigration when it comes to Morocco and Spain? Where is the United Nations? A continuous question that I have been asking since I started broadcasting about this mass migration, that they were saying, oh, the United Nations is great. The United Nations is doing this globalist compact of immigration. And I'm like, okay, if they're doing this globalist compact of immigration, it must be correctly done. And people should not be suffering through their migration. As I have seen migrants from Ghana, Cameroon, and all these places from Africa migrate through 9 countries. So that is not correct. For me, it's not correct. So look at this article, as it says right here. And for everybody that is watching, thank you for joining in. I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News. Buy Me a Coffee is on top of the link if you guys want to cooperate. And also, ultimately, if you guys want to contribute to my independent reporting, Buy Me a Coffee is on top. And also on the description box, you can find the link right there. Buy Me a Coffee, and also my PayPal. We're live on YouTube and also on Facebook. Welcome, everybody. So this is it says right here, this is the complication of statistics and logistics, because we were hearing that there were 6,000, but all of a sudden we get this article that is released on 2:05, and you see the quantity right here on the bottom, and it says more than 8,000. So this tells you that the number of 6,000 was manageable through certain particular, parts of the day. Now they started adding more and adding more and adding more. So now, it's count to 8,000. It says more than 8,000 immigrants irregularly entered on Monday and into the Spanish territory, the Spain, through Ceuta, that is the part that is connected to Morocco, and it is from their neighbor country, Morocco. The number is a record-breaking number, according to Spain authorities. The migrants have rounded up, through the front line of the barrier they rounded up they surrounded the barrier that is on the border, and they went around that barrier through the sea, and they accomplished crossing on foot on on the low tide on the sea. The tide was low. They're saying that the arrival was constant through all the Monday, and it continued to Tuesday. I was talking about today through the beach, and the military has been deployed. Including military tanks that I put a image earlier of military tanks. So there's questions that BBC News is saying why they are migrating. As you can see this this incredible picture right here of a police military with a platoon right here trying to hit a migrant, and another one running away right here from the military. It says why is the number of migrants without president? And it's saying right here on the bottom, it says right here on the red spot, it says the African country controls the majority of the reserves on the mineral and essential for life. So there's a lot of necessity right there. And there's a lot of conflict that is occurring. Look at this picture right here. It is unbelievable how they're children. The children that they are speculating, and the number is already entered. That they're saying that the number of children and unaccompanied minors, it is more than 1,000 on this mass migration that is occurring in Morocco. Also, look at this picture right here. It is unbelievable. This picture. Oh my God! Look at this. It's all the front line right here. You see minors. I'm just going to leave this picture for 1 second. Meanwhile, I take a sip of ocean spray. Look at this. Look at this picture. The majority, and and I believe all the way to the back, they look like minors. It's just unbelievable. The enormous migration that is unaccompanied minors. Now, again, I will ask this question for the 70 trillionth time. Where is the United Nations COVID relief, the United Nations relief, children relief fund? Where is it? UNICEF. Right now, trying to help all these children. Now, they're saying another question is that why through Ceuta this massive migration that is occurring? And this is another picture. Look at this picture with military tanks. This is scary stuff, people. This is scary stuff. Now, this mass migration, it is due to the fact that there's a lot of necessities. There is a lot of situations that are occurring in in the country of Morocco with the division of land. But holy cow, to put military tanks in front of the unaccompanied minors, I think that is, I don't know. In my eyes, I think that Spain over exaggerated, and and I believe that it is a problem. It is an amazing problem. Now, let me show you another question that is asking right here by BBC News. Why this mass migration has produced now, and you can see right here, the leader of the front line of Polisario, Brahim Ghali, that is where the conflict is at. As you can see, Morocco is right here. The territory that they are controlling, it is on mustard colored right here. As you can see, Aouin and also Sahara, Occidental Sahara. But the other, the division between this territory and the front line of Polisario, it is the other half. That is a continuous division and a continuous war between these two countries. Between this country that is divided right here, that is, close to Mauritania and also to Algeria. So it is a humongous problem, as the mass migration is continuing tonight. Supposedly, the Spain authorities are already in there, and they're already, practically they're protecting their border, and they're already, signalizing that this problem it is it's going to be stopped. Now, you heard the president Pedro Sanchez speaking, that he's saying, what, we are going to protect this border. We are going to protect our border in Ceuta. Now, which kind of leaders have declined globalization on migration? Which kind of leaders have said, you know what? I don't want globalization migration. It will be there needs to be another solution. There needs to be another solution, and the solution needs to be for certain particular cases, like economic migrants, that the majority of them, they don't qualify for a political asylum and refugee. For all these economic migrants, there needs to be another solution. What is economic migrant? Well, economy. You know, you need a better job, you need a better life. So why don't we implement a better system in their country, and why don't we better their economy, and we bring better infrastructure, jobs, and you know, we better pay and all this kind of stuff. And one of the leaders of the world that it was specifically you know, saying, you know what, I am not going to this is not the article. It is one of the articles, but let me just share the article. I jumped to another article, and it says okay, right here. Where are you? Right here. One of the leaders that did not want it, globalization migration, it was Donald Trump, because it is a complication. You guys are seeing now what is happening. If somebody right now, if I walk to outside of the street, and if I ask somebody outside of the street, and if I tell somebody, you know what, do you agree on a globalized migration? And they will tell you immediately, no, look what is happening right now in Tapachula. Look what is happening right now in Honduras. Look what is happening in Central America. It is a crisis. A lot of these people that I have asked, they have said it is a crisis. And you can see this article that it was released on December 4th of 2017. And it says the Trump administration doesn't believe in the global refugee crisis. Why they don't believe on the global refugee crisis? Because it is an immigration crisis, but it is manipulated by the United Nations to particularly disrupt the sovereign nations. That is number one. To completely destroy borders. That is what is happening right now. And every single border, there's cartel, there's child trafficking, there's human smuggling, there's rape towards women, there's abuse towards women. This is a reality. You see the unaccompanied minors, 21,000 right now in custody in the United States of America, supposedly being reunited with parents and this, you know, this Wizard of Oz story. But you can see now that one of the persons and one of the individuals that it was always against globalization, it was Donald Trump. And that was, and believe me, for all you tabloid writers, and, you know, Daily Beast and Democracy Now, that is one of the number one reasons why he completely changed my mind. When I started watching Trump, I did not used to like him. And I am reaffirming myself. In the past, I did not like Donald Trump. After I started hearing the globalization, how it was happening, reading, filtering myself and saying, okay, Oscar, you need to pull all your feelings out and leave them on a bucket and put a top on the bucket and just be crude to yourself and just understand the reality of the problem. After I started seeing the reality of the problem, I'm like, we have a humongous problem now. This mass migration is going to be and is going to cause a lot of problems. And what happened? I'm just asking, question mark, what happened? The best speech that I heard about Donald Trump, it was, for me, a lot of people are saying, oh no, the one that he did on the Mount Rushmore, sorry about my accent, Mount Rushmore in the 4th of July. A lot of people are saying that one. I stay with the one that he did on the United Nations pedestal. I stay in that one because this man, everything that he stand for in his whole 4 years, he did not lie on the United Nations pedestal. And he stood there and he looked at every single globalist leader right there in their face. And he told every single one of them, there is a door You can come to our country, but there is a door in front of every single one of them. In front of every single one of them. And for me, fighting globalization was one of the things that I admire to that man. Because it was not only fighting the Democratic Party, that is a socialist communist party now, and the Republican Party also, that is a backstabbing, dirty party also. The Republican Party, as you guys know, so for all you Republicans that they're out there, right-wing extremists or right-wing Republicans or left-wing extremists or left-wing socialist communists, it is a complete mess. The two political parties are a complete, absolute, disgusting mess. You saw how everybody gave their back to Donald Trump when he was trying to win the second election. And now you see how dirty and how ridiculous the Democratic Party is on the United States of America. Both of them are a complete disgust right now. And it is an absolute truth. Get your feelings out, and it is a fact. And this actually got us to understand why globalization and why the globalist compact of immigration and all this globalization, Donald Trump was not part of it. He knew that this massive, massive, massive wave of New World Order, it was coming to the country of the United States. He knew he was 10 steps ahead of what it was coming. He knows about everything that is occurring right now. He already knows. He's sitting down right now and he's just having a coffee in the morning in Mar-a-Lago and saying, I knew it. I knew that this was going to happen. I knew it. So this is an article that it was basically talking about, why, Donald Trump was not liking, the globalization immigration. This is another article that it was not released. It was released a little while ago. And it is ultimately important for me to bring it up because we need to understand everything that is happening right now around the world. It is due to the fact that it could have been prevented. And it can be prevented by the United Nations to not letting them, countries not falling into the narrative of the United Nations on signing globalist agreements. That is the number one reason why. Countries signing globalist agreements with the United Nations, it is a complication, it is a problem. You see this article right here. Trump says keeping Syrian refugees in region is best way to help most people. Why he's saying that? Why you to think he's saying that? Bringing them over here, he will bring them. But why you think he was saying that in the particular place? This talking about Morocco. Because he's saying, President Nayib Bukele of El Salvador just said so. Also, he said, we need to invest in our country. We need to invest in our people. We need to invest in our security. We need to invest in our borders. We need to invest in our infrastructure. We need to invest in our people, in our country first. We need to invest in our country. We need to expand. When we invest in our country, we can expand our economy. We can invest. We can expand our product to other countries. So, this is the number one reason why he was saying it. But now you see the left on that particular time saying, oh my God, he's so racist. Oh my God, he's a narcissist. Oh my God, he's a fascist. Oh my God, he's a xenophobe. But now you got Joe Biden saying this. Joe Biden wanted to militarize. Now he wants to militarize Mexico. And everybody was criticizing this man for militarizing Mexico with 15,000 National Guards when the massive caravan started, right? Jen Psaki said, I want to militarize Honduras. Trump never militarized Honduras, but now Joe Biden is giving the order to Honduras to militarize their borders. Trump never militarized Guatemala, but now, Jen Psaki is saying, we want to militarize Guatemala with 1,500 National Guard. Trump militarized Mexico, asking the president, you know what, if you don't stop the massive migration, I will tariff you. Just give me 15,000. What did Joe Biden said? Not 15. Give me 28,000. A humongous number. Humongous number. So this is something that you guys need to understand. That this mass migration and these irregularities of migration have been occurring for quite some time now. Now, this is a video that it is basically showing when they let the door open for the immigrants from Morocco to enter Spain. They opened the door for them to enter. And you see this article, it was released by El País. And it says right there, everybody's addressing this as a crisis. But you got the government of the United States of America not addressing it as it is. God bless everybody that is watching. More people are joining in. Thank you so much. I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News. Thank you so much for joining. Buy me a coffee. It's on top of the link. If you guys want to contribute to our independent work, buy me a coffee is on top of the link. So thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. So it says right here. Crisis, migration crisis. It says right here, migration crisis. And it says a video captures when, the police, the Moroccan police, it is opening the border doors of Ceuta, to an immigrant group. This is a video right here. And I will show this video for you guys to see what kind of, and this not only is happening, there's another incident happening in Puerto Rico right now, where a lot of migrants of the Republican Dominican are coming to Puerto Rico. I think that it has been happening for the longest time in years. But this is a recent video that it was giving by El País. Look at this video. It is 44 seconds. They're opening the door. Why they? Okay, let me just ask a question. So this is where I don't get it. This is where I don't understand. So the authority from Spain has been complaining about the irregular migration that is occurring in their country, but you see authorities from Spain opening up the door for people to come in. I don't understand. So you're opening up the door, but you're complaining at the same time. Who has the authority on this place, man? Who has the authority on this, on this border? Who has the entire authority right now on this influx? So let me show the video again for you guys to see it. And as you can see, the expressions of the people that they are practically the people that you hear in the background, they are complaining. They are complaining about this. Saying, well, might as well we take away the fence, right? Let them in. Let them in. Let them in. Might as well take away the fence. Put away the fence. So this is a conflict that is occurring right now, and we will give an update tomorrow of what is specifically happening on this particular part. Now, let me just give you this video right here. This is a video on May 16th. It was this video that it was put out by, let me see if I can get the video right here and expand the video, but I don't think, oh, okay, right here. This is a video of people from the Dominican Republic arriving to Puerto Rico. This is an amazing video, and this is the way that they are now migrating in the Port of Veracruz. The Port of Veracruz, it is on the Gulf of Mexico. Veracruz is a beautiful state that, you know, that they are close to the Gulf of Mexico. This beautiful state on the Gulf of Mexico is being migrated like this, people on boats. So let me just play the video for you guys to see. This is boats arriving to, look at this, just for you guys to understand. This is boats arriving with people from the Republican Dominican to Puerto Rico, This is clip of 2 minutes and practically 38 seconds. Run, run, they're saying. There was a helicopter on the top, if you see. There's a police trying to catch them. People in the middle recording. It's a beautiful beach. But look at this. They're trying to help the woman, saying, sit down so they won't recognize you. Sit down right here so they won't recognize you. And this is how it has been happening also in Veracruz. The problem, this is the boat that they arrived. That he's saying. It is just unbelievable how, where's the United Nations? Again, let me ask a question. Let me ask a question again to the philanthropist, tabloid writer. Where's your philanthropist, George Soros, helping all these people? Is this a correct way with this globalist compact of immigration, a way to migrate? Is the United Nations educating the world population on how to migrate? Is this a correct way for people to risk their lives as they are migrating on a boat? Is this a correct way that the United Nations is handling this immigration crisis, worldwide migrant crisis and necessity crisis? Is this a correct way by the United Nations to control the mass migration that is occurring around the world? Is this correct? Where is your United Nations release, your child release fund? Where is it? Where is your education of helping people? Let me return back to video. Helicopter on the top, people arriving, diving, and, you know, run for your life. Amazing. This is occurring. This occurred in Puerto Rico, where a vast majority of migrants from Republican Dominican arrived in a little boat, as you guys are going to see right here. That's the boat. You see the security boats right there. So you have seen how they enter Spain. This is the boat that they arrived with. You have seen how they are entering Puerto Rico, also in the people from the Republican Dominican run away for their lives. You have seen what is going on in Spain with Morocco. You have seen what is going on in Tapachula that we have shown you over more than 3 times that we have traveled over there. You have seen how they're entering every border part that connects to Mexico and the United States. I have shown you the situation in Panama, how everything is happening over there. Also, what is happening in Colombia with Venezuela. So this is a humongous problem. Now, is the United Nations helping right here? Where is George Soros? I'm thinking that he's going to pop up right here like the Wizard of Oz and help. Unbelievable. But everything is okay. Everything is all right. How's everybody doing? I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News. Buy me a coffee. It's on top of the link if you guys want to contribute to our work. Thank you so much. Last topic that, I will be sensitive about this topic, but I will be honest. I can't do my broadcasting and also my, my reporting without being, honest and being, transparent about everything. So this is going around right now, May 17, 2021. This is going around. Now, I will talk about this. I will try to be as much as sensitive as possible because this is not about violence and is not about division. So breathe in, Oscar Blue. Breathe in and act as much as centered as possible. So you have a case where an individual like George Floyd was murdered. An officer, for more than 8 minutes, 9 minutes apparently, stood with his knee on his back, chest, whatever you want to call it. The man passed away, and a whole revolution in the United States happened. After that, you got Breonna Taylor later on. An incident started happening. In the meantime, where all this was happening, there was an incident, and I don't remember what part, where a young kid by the name of Conan Hainant, white kid, 5-year-old, was murdered outside of his house as he was playing with a tricycle. A black American, African American, I'm saying two terms because I don't know which one the left is going to be offended by. So I'm saying black American or African American, got out with a gun, pointed it to the head of Conan Hainant, and assassinating him on sight. Then you have the incident later on this hive of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor. You have the incident in Texas, I believe so, with a beautiful Hispanic woman in the military assassinated horribly by a black American and African American, which, it was a horrible incident. And there was no revolution. There was no riots. There was no looting. Incident in Conan Hainant, there was no looting. There was no riots. Because the left is saying, how dare you put these topics next to what is happening to George Floyd, that there was an injustice by the police department, so that's why we have to defund the police. It's a totally different topic. No, it's not. It's exactly the same. And now you get incidents like this that you find a 4-year-old boy found violently murdered in Dallas by a black American and an African American. I don't know which other two I have to say because I don't want to sound divisionary to the left. I will try to be as sensitive as possible with this topic. What is the problem? The problem is that you have an organization like Black Lives Matter that is a leftist organization, leftist, Marxist organization that is practically preaching every day to defund the police, that is practically preaching every day to defund the authority. You got Congresswomen, Ilhan Omar, and all these people, defund the police, defund the authority. And you have these kind of incidents. They are not making no news whatsoever. Nobody's putting attention to this. Why? Because it's not Black Lives Matter topic. Nobody's putting attention to this. Why? Because Black Lives Matter is not talking about it. Nobody's putting attention to the incident that I just said that I did on the show, on the past show, where 5 or 6 Black Americans, African Americans, beat up a Hispanic man in El Paso, Texas, and he is in the ICU right now room fighting for his life. Nobody's talking about it. Black Lives Matter. It is distracting the people from finding justice to these incidents. The crime is being done. What it matters is to bring justice for the people. It does not matter if the child is white, if the child is black, if the child is brown. What matters is to bring justice for the people. By saying that this is a Black Lives Matter issue, that this is all lives matter issue, that this is a matter of, this is a white kid, that it was this and this and that, you're making a division yourself. And by supporting absolutely Black Lives Matter, it is practically dividing your opinion of defending all lives, that all lives supposedly matter in this life. My life that is brown matters. Everybody else's life matters. The whole point is to fight the corruption and to bring justice to these kind of incidents. This is an incident that nobody's talking about because it's not Black Lives Matter incident. If it would have been all the way around, again, I'm saying the same thing. And if it would have been all the way around, it will be completely a Black Lives Matter incident. But it is not. It is not a Black Lives Matter incident. So because it's not, it is just a normal day on the neighborhood. It's just a normal day on the neighborhood. As what happened yesterday to a Hispanic man, that he was attacked, brutally, almost left to die right there on the street. He got rescued and right now he's in a coma. It is not Black Lives Matter issue. It is just a normal, typical issue. So there's no justice right there. There's no justice, no peace. Prosecute the police. There's nothing like that over there. But when it's these kind of incidents, nobody talks about them. The problem right here is that these kind of groups, Black Lives Matter type of groups, and all these kind of groups are made to divide, not to unite. It's to divide. Look what LeBron James did. This man that has the power with his platform, and he hates the United States of America, the country that has gave him a platform to make millions and millions and billions. He lives in the land of the free, the home of the brave. He accomplished the American dream. He's living the American dream because of his beautiful talent to play basketball. But ultimately, he hates the United States of America, and he hates the police department. He tweets the next day, and in case of, on the other hand, to unite people, he tweets to hurt the police officer. You're next. That is Black Lives Matter issue. This right here, a kid being murdered by an 18-year-old Black American or African American, it is not Black Lives Matter issue. This is the problem with the United States of America. There's Marxist organizations and there's leftist organizations that they are made to divide. It is a communist Marxist system. This is why Black Lives Matter, several times they have said that they are Marxist. Karl Marx, and you can read his book, he said this: in order to win, you have to achieve confrontation. Confrontation comes with these radical leftist groups. It has happened in Venezuela, has happened in Argentina, has happened in Mexico. This has happened in Germany. It has happened in France. It has happened in Italy. It has happened and also in other places like Belarus with Alexander Lukashenko being 26 years of president, radical leftist, socialist, communist president. All these systems of communist and socialist system, it is made to collapse and to also confront. These Marxist leftist groups are only for their agenda to divide. Please, American population, the United States citizens, and the United States citizens of the American population, please don't let yourself fall into this narrative of this Black Lives Matter narrative. Where is the I want to unite with Hispanics and blacks when you see a Hispanic being assaulted by 5 or 6 individuals and nobody of the Black Lives Matter organization it is talking about it? Where do you see that? You don't see Black Lives Matter ever helping a Hispanic family or another race. That is the number one thing. They are made to divide. They are made to divide. Remember, Martin Luther King, a quote. And this is, I don't know if I'm reading or I'm saying the quote, but man is not supposed to be judged by his color, by his content, of his character. And also, Abraham Lincoln said, the United States will not be destroyed by outside, it will be destroyed by within. It is automatic destruction. These Marxist leftist organizations are distracting the population of the United States of America from the reality of the problem, what is happening in St. Louis, Missouri, in Baltimore, in Chicago, in LA, the gang violence, the enormous insecurities and violence that is occurring in your roughest neighborhoods. They're not taking care of those problems. That is the key. Why they're not taking care of those problems? Because they want those problems to coexist. Confrontation. This is the problem. These organizations. It is not the color of this young angel that he's in heaven right now. That if he would have been brown, if he would have been black, it is not the color of him. It is to bring justice and to respect law and order, and to ultimately audit police officers that they are not capable of doing their job. They need more training. They need more audits, and they need to be sanctioned if they are doing incorrect and illegal activities inside of the organization. It is ultimately that happens everywhere. But it needs to be reinforced in the United States of America because this is an actual problem. Nobody's putting attention to this right here. And it is sad. It is sad. Because number one thing that is supposed to be happening is to bring justice, not to create division. Heads up to all you Black Lives Matter followers, Hispanic followers right now. God bless you all. Thank you so much for joining on this evening. Buy Me a Coffee is on top of the link if you guys want to contribute to our independent reporter and also independent reporting, and also to our, there's a PayPal right there on the message description box. Thank you so much for contributing. God bless you all. Tomorrow we will be doing another live feed for you guys. And there's a lot of incidents like this. You guys are going to be dropping on my message box like there was an incident over here, there was an incident over there, there was an incident over here. It's never ending sad stories that that they have been occurring all over the place. It's a never ending sad story. But the problem right here is that it's nothing getting done, and is being paid attention by divisionary groups like BLM, Antifa, all these groups that they are just to make the divide. They try to enter it over here in our city of Tijuana. They got kicked out by the federales. They're not going to come in here and try to control the narrative and trying to make their autonomous zone like they're trying to make right now in Chaparral. They're not going to accomplish anything. It's a total different country. In the United States of America, they have something that we don't have. That is freedom. You got freedom to protest. You got the freedom to loot. You got the freedom to riot. Imagine that over here in Mexico. You have the freedom to protest, but you are ultimately going to get punished if they see you looting, if they see you rioting. Man, it's going to be a big punishable crime. In the United States of America, you got the freedom to burn another country's flag. to burn even your flag without getting sanctioned, without getting arrested. That is disgusting. You have so much freedom that you do all those stuff. And people take freedom for granted. And they want communism in their country. Wow. Unbelievable. God bless you all. Have a phenomenal and fantastic night. Follow my partner, Real Anthony Agüero, in every platform. Also, you can follow Ben Berquan, Real America's Boys News, Will Johnson, and Miss Sarah Carter at Fox News. Also, follow her at every platform also. You can follow me at Facebook, YouTube, Telegram, Instagram, and also Rumble. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Have a beautiful night. Stay safe. And like we always say, people, peace and love. Because always your country's first. God bless.
Y ya van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days and it's been weeks, and he has... What do you think, Sarah, this canyon right here?
It's absolutely incredible. I haven't been to Tijuana in a lot of years, and seeing how wide open it is. I mean, I don't know if you could turn the camera around and show everyone just how wide open it is. It's incredible.
A couple of questions. So. Rashida, what is your opinion on the massive child trafficking that is happening? Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the best, basically fight for your country. Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! La Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.